we at this level, when you get to the champion, a high all-star level, you guys are all so good. And you create different art. And who's to say what art's better?
Yeah.
At the all-star level, we should assume that your lines are good, that your critical timing is good. All the elements.
You're a dancer. You're a dancer. You got to that point.
And why do I say this dance is better than this dance? It's almost I don't know, almost blasphemy to me.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because now we're saying this is a winner, so everyone's going to follow that track. That's what we do West Coast Swing House. We have 5 or 6 other couples that are just as good and are just as valid.
Hi everybody, welcome to the MackZaddy podcast, which is the currently Zaddy podcast again for today because we are traveling. We are very excited to have the amazing Mr. Chuck Brown with us today.
Yay!
This has been a long time coming. I've wanted to have you on here for so long. You were like one of my first people that I learned from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the people that like inspires us to travel, and you are a big community builder. We're definitely going to get more into that in a moment because that's, I think, one of your biggest superpowers. And you motivate us, and you make us do more, which is awesome. And yeah, this is gonna be a very fun episode for everyone, especially if you're in a small community, and history as well. How long have you been around in the scene, man?
I don't know. There were dinosaurs, T-Rexes, raptors. I don't know. I've been around since 1996 was my first event. Monterey Swing Fest. Props out to John Wheat.
Yeah.
When my first Newcomer event, and I was hooked forever.
Nice. Also, we're in an event right now.
It's kind of noisy in the background, so...
Yeah, this place is beautiful, but unfortunately, this is the spot we have with the PowerPoint at the moment. So I'd love you just come here and experience it yourself, and you'll see the amazing scenery yourself. But
Where are we? Can you pronounce it?
This is Sauna Swing. It's outside of Tampere, Finland, which is a little bit about 2 hours north of Helsinki.
Yeah.
Beautiful lakes, fish, saunas,
It's
otters.
amazing.
Yeah.
Zach and Maddie.
Sean. So man, there's so many things I'd love to ask you.
Chuck, what are your biggest passions in West Coast Swing? What keeps you doing this dance and doing these events?
It's really interesting. One of the biggest questions I receive from my peers and just friends alone, I always wonder, how do I stay current and motivated all these years without burning out? It's the people. For me, I'm here because my friends are here. Yeah. That's the one thing that has kept me in this business.
That's awesome.
I think dance is a way to express the authentic self.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that when you have friends around you that champion that, and it helps you, it gives you inspiration to be yourself and not judge as much as you think you are. So for me, social dancing is my favorite thing to do. Love that. I love to DJ, I love to teach, and being an artist, being on the floor is something that brings us here to begin with. I think that for me, that's probably my favorite thing to do. Otherwise, I've gotten older, things change a little bit. You're not the top dog anymore, and you have to really fight hard to stay out there. So I've moved my passions to more community development, more training of judges, more training of teachers, and my biggest passion right now is training new pros. So new pros, for many years I've had pros. I've been a mentor to a lot of pros, and just get them in the business, how to do this, how to book an airline flight, how to book a hotel, how to work the trains in Europe and Asia. And it's really good to see people that are so nervous coming into their first class, and they're like, I don't know what to do, they're going to hate me. And then the next year later, they're like, I'm working too much, I need to stop.
Right. Want to switch up.
It's really fun, man. Maddie, for me, I think it changes over the years.
That's awesome.
When I first started, I really thought that dancing was the thing. I wanted to get out there and compete. I wanted to be the center of attention. Now I'm like, I still like that, to be out there and give my art, but it's not.
You definitely still like to be the center of
attention. I talk a lot. Not that anybody knows that or anything. But
it's a secret.
You're best friend.
Yeah. But, when you're coming up, you're anxious to go to the next event to get that novice dancer you never danced with and get those points, and you move up. Now, it's a matter of like, how can I put my signature art on the floor and let the generations know what I did when I'm long and gone. And that's kind of the thing that I work on now.
That's
I
why.
love that. I mean, obviously you've been a big part of mentoring us, get into the international stuff we've gone to. So we're hugely grateful for
It's
that.
amazing. Like the teaching thing wasn't a problem necessarily for us when we have home classes. I feel like I've taught at RawCon since
Long time.
I love us. Yeah.
and then so like I got to practice that a lot, if that makes sense. But I never practiced getting on a train or a flight or booking a ticket. I still don't practice.
He still doesn't.
Maddie does all that. Like we know our strengths. Maddie used to work in Flight Center, so let's
Yeah, that's right, you did.
Yeah.
silly for me to even
Organising everyone else's travel.
But even then, like booking stuff like for events and like knowing the route that you could take and what events are on at what time and what event directors want what thing and all these things that you focus on that not everyone talks about is amazing insight and knowledge that people just don't even think about, I think. It's like taxes. People don't learn that in school, but it's something that happens in real life.
A lot of people don't realize that, as I've developed and helped a lot of events around the world, and I still, I'm involved in a lot of events in the back end, what staff to choose is one big one. And a lot of people don't realize what it takes to find the right mix of staff. And, I've known you guys for, pretty much since you started, and I know your strengths. I know you're super personable, and you love to social dance, and you dance from a very, I just love to dance, place. And it's not that competitive. It's just really raw and authentic.
I'm pretty competitive.
You are. We are. But I don't think so. There's
We're talking about the difference.
Yeah, there's a difference. But I do think for you guys, you fit really well with some of the smaller events, especially when we hear that really value community and interaction, like Finland.
Yeah.
Once it's really interesting. And every country is different. I mean, every community is different. But for Finland, because I used to live here, obviously, and Sweden, the events are somewhat smaller with a few exceptions, and they focus on community spirit and really community growth. And if you have instructors that come in here and just come in and leave and come in and leave, they don't really get that personal feel. And you want these communities to welcome you. And for them to welcome you, they have to trust you. And that you have to be part of their family. Once you're part of their family, you're friends for life. They'll always have these events.
Yeah.
And that I know when I tried to get you over for years, and I was working on it, and I kept telling my event directors, guys, if you get them over here, they've got to be over here. You got to want them back, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We just need to be seen a bit more first.
Yeah.
It's wild, yeah. Once it is a thing, and like with the ADHD, it's object permanence. Like if I can't see it, it doesn't exist sometimes.
Yeah.
And not that that's an excuse. It isn't a thing, but like even for event directors, like there's a whole world out there. You never know what you don't know what you don't know until like.
But you guys definitely have got the bug of like other experience now, hopping in from one suitcase to the next, getting on a train, going to a bus, just get to a small venue, going back, go to the next event, washing your clothes on.
That's a fun experience.
Sometimes you use the shower.
Yeah.
A lot of people from the outside, we love our jobs. We have the best job in the world, in my opinion. We get to travel the world, meet all these people, share the passion of dance and West Coast swing and what we do. But there's a lot of stuff in the back end that people don't see. The restless nights, the sleep deprivation. Sometimes we don't eat because we're working so much. Sometimes I
haven't had lunch today.
Yeah.
Or breakfast.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
So like it's just a fun thing that we do. But yeah.
And the 20,000 things you decide to take upon yourself and everything you do.
Yeah, this is the other thing you mentioned, like how many we call it like how many hats people wear. Like you're a DJ, you're a community builder, you're like all these roles that you have in the back end.
What are your hats, Chuck?
Well, I've been an event director since 2004. Where I started with Reno Dance Station, then opened Hawaii Dance Station, then did Chico Dance Station, which turned into the after party. So I have a lot of experience in that realm. I've made a lot of mistakes over the years. I've lost a lot of money. We made some money, but there's things teach you things. So when I'm over here working, and let me back up. I would say this: every pro has their thing, their strengths. Some pros are extremely good competitors and, classic routine competitors. They live, T-Bolt and Nicole's a great example. They live for choreography. If they could do that all their life, that's all they would do, right? Some people are really good at teaching. They really Maxime's always a nut one like that. He loves to teach, right? Some people like social. I love to social now. It's MackZaddy, PJ, Lauren. We really like to be on you guys. You guys really like to be on the social floor. But a lot of people, to make these work, we have to have people that have the back end stuff too. Example, like some of the outside work is I do help with the budgeting of these events. I help them do the contracts and select the staff. And when we're at the event, I do a lot of things like I fill in the gaps. Are the staff being fed? Is there signage for the competitors? How's the logo? How's the branding? How's the production of the t-shirts? So I do a lot of stuff to make the overall package of the event look more palatable for the consumer. So our job as pros at the end of the day is to come in and add value to an event so the customers want to come back to the event based on their experience. So if I can use my experience over all these years of going to, I've been a chief judge now over 200 times. I've been to countless events around the world, 20. I've lived in 12 countries and I've been to 60. And all this experience I've gotten, you just start seeing common errors that all the beginning event directors make.
You'd have to.
And I try to beat them to that punch. Guys, let's go this route so you don't make that mistake, same mistake that we did. So, I do that because, I don't have to do it. And sometimes, like Lauren always gets on me, she goes, you take on too much stuff. You're too nice of a guy. You need to
charge for it.
I do charge for it. I do now.
Yeah.
Lauren has been she's my Maddie. She keeps me on point, but she also calls me on when I need to be more businessy.
Yeah.
And I think that's necessary.
Maddie does that too.
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, there's a fine line between being a dick, and being authentic and wanting to help. And for me, it's about loyalty. When you help somebody, you can't ever expect anything back. You do it because you want to do it. Yeah. But in my experience, the more you help, usually it comes back to you in the long run.
Right. Yeah.
So that's been my play. I'm not a U.S. Open champion. I've never I've never placed in Classic. I don't have those accolades that some of my peers do. I'm feel very blessed to have been put in that role of champion years ago. And for me, now I have to use other things, the titles to try to make my career. Yeah. So I've taken on the role of chief judge now, and a community organizer and event consultant. That's what I've been doing a lot of. So
that's awesome.
Could you share any? I know,
yeah.
I don't want to be like, hey,
no, for sure,
pay you for this one. But what are maybe two mistakes that?
I'll give them one. Branding, idea. There's no vision. Sometimes they go into the event. I'm like, what's your vision? I don't know. I just want to have an event. No, that's not enough. Look, guys, there's more events now than ever. There's more demand now than ever. People now, in my opinion, are not coming for the pros. They're not coming for X. What they're coming for is story, experience. Like this event right here, it has experience. We're at a spa that has a lake, and it's just really crazy. So a lot of event directors, when they start an event, they don't have a vision of what that event is going to be. So they fall back into just doing the same thing that everybody else does. So now every event feels the same. Go to an airport, go to the hotel, go to a workshop in the morning, do Jack and Jill's, dance all night, go home. There's no difference. So for me, I always like to tell the event director that the event director needs to have a vision, and the event will take on the feeling and the personality of the event director.
Yeah.
So you have to be vocal, and know your community. Second thing is brand. I have an MBA, and my MBA is in advertising and brand awareness and brand marketing. And brand marketing is everything. You have 3 seconds to look at a logo and see and put that in your mind, 3 to 5 seconds. So sometimes I see logos, and you go to an event, there's no logos there, there's no color theme, I'm like, it looks very like a Friday night dance at a studio. We need to have, it's a business. You have to make it so. It has to look polished and presentable. When you walk in, you have bands of maybe the color theme. Maybe you have a logo that's very, very adaptable to different things on the shirts. Or that's what we do with TAP. So TAP has been, with my partner Meech, we've gotten that event, thank God, to selling out every year and having a waiting list.
Such awesome events. One of our favorites.
It's
what a party.
Love TAP.
Yes.
It's my baby. But
especially we're talking about the vision, like especially after the Open when everyone's had a stressful or like relieved that stress and then just want to like have a great time. Fuck, you put on a great atmosphere
Thanks.
to like accommodate and make everyone enjoy. Oh, so
Look,
much
Meech
fun.
has helped make Meech and I starting together pretty much, and I brought him on as a partner years ago, and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. He's super intelligent, super organized, and he's helped me with my ADHD, really focused. One thing about me and Meech is we have a very similar vision, and we come together on our vision. We maybe disagree on other things, but we have a really good way of communicating, and I listen to him, he listens to me. But the key thing with branding is making sure that when we walk in, the theme flows throughout the event.
Yeah.
The T-shirts, which we have a line that if you guys have been to TAP,
ridiculous.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
People wait in line for hours to get T-shirts.
Yeah.
I'm so
merch
very
line
blessed
is
about this.
insane.
And we see them everywhere. People are like, I've had people want to buy my shirts for like hundreds of dollars. I'm like, come on now, just come to TAP. You'll get
Maddie
one
was
for
wearing
20.
one last night.
Right?
Yeah, it was.
Like,
I actually sold two of my Zaddy shirts that I was wearing this
That's
trip. I was
amazing.
like, I don't have any for you.
But that's,
You can have mine.
but that's a great example. I mean, that's a great example of having the branding really helps.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is just understanding, just because you build something doesn't mean people are going to come to it. You have to be able to explain why somebody wants to come to an event. What is it? Why do I want to go to Zach and Maddie's event? What draws? It's probably
because it's me.
because it's Zach, right? Well,
Just him.
More so Maddie,
Just
of
him.
course. But that's what I mean. I mean, it's those
Yeah.
things are not really thought of
Yeah.
a lot. And people want to do it because they want it. And I always ask people, why are you doing an event? What's the purpose of it?
Yeah.
What's your goal here? And I think events are very good for community building purposes.
It sounds weird to like want to just do an event. That sounds like a
people
big
do.
risk of money.
It is.
A big risk of time and
You
energy.
want to do one?
No, but I said I want to save up like 60K. I'm like, I want to go all out, make this massive thing. I have a vision. I just don't know how much money I need. And then I say that to Chuck. He's like, do it with no money.
Because you guys started small, right? You started small.
Actually not.
No, you just went all in.
I went all in. Reno Downstate Station, biggest stage in the world. I went all in.
That's awesome.
I lost like $40,000 US. I lost everything.
See, we don't want that to happen.
Not so awesome.
But it was cool. But you have two options. You start small.
Yep.
And because the rule of thumb is this: you want to have your base. I don't want to get too much of the technique, but
Yeah.
you want to have your local base pay for the event, the actual cost of the event, the floor, the venue, the staffs. However, a lot of communities don't have that base to do that. People like Dave Moldover in DC have that in DC.
Yeah.
A lot of LA, there's like TAP and Jack and Jill around them with Ben. We have that ability to have that. Bay Area is the same thing with Boogie.
The smaller communities
Yeah,
don't
it
have.
don't
You
have
have to
that.
go outside. And
Yeah.
However, let's take another side and look at the other side. Z, who of course, Z and Elena in Singapore run one of the best, if not the best communities in
Yeah.
all of West Coast Swing.
Run Asia Open.
Followed,
and
Asian Open was a workshop weekend with Jordan Todd. Then when Jordan taught me, and then we made the first Asia Open, and then you guys came in the second year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was
You were
just a
there.
visitor. I was not even. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I was
you
just
were,
experiencing.
But, you experienced it, but you actually you remember that community was so small.
Oh, yeah.
We had 20, 30 people at that from maybe 40 people at that venue. Now
See you, dude.
Asia Open has a base of like hundreds, and now we have
650 this year. or
650.
something? That was
And it's one of the best events. If you haven't been to Asia Open, that's a shameless plug.
Yeah.
We do a tour I do a tour on Wednesday and Thursday, show you guys around Singapore. But again, story, you come there, you come to Bali first, and then come to Singapore. It's so good. But the point is, now you have people like Malaysia who has a small community, and they, like one of the techniques I always tell local communities is put your money together, get a studio, rent a studio together. Get 10 people, put in a couple $100 each a month, and have a studio. That gives a central location for people to come and meet. Malaysia did this. What they really wanted Malaysia to do. Now they have their event went from 130 to I don't know. I think it's 350, 400 now, just in 1 year. So that's one thing that when we're talking about community building.
Damn.
It's just vision, man.
Damn.
Go on websites for your favorite events and look on the website. Tell me, look and see if there's a vision posted on the website.
Yeah, a goal.
A goal.
Yeah, something
What's
like
the
that.
goal of it?
Yeah, you guys have that. We have that on our roll call.
We have that on the rock.
It's really important.
Yeah, even though we're traveling so far.
Yeah, like-
I think my own goal for like classes was to be able to have a class that could run without us having to be there, but also I want to be there to grow Australia more in general than just our school.
We want to try and travel so we can bring it all back there,
Yeah.
obviously.
And I want to grow out dancing. There's so many things,
Yeah.
right? There's
For you guys, it's not just about bringing it back. You guys are incredible artists. People need to see your art, and that's why I wanted to get you over. Yeah, you're great people, but you offer a dance, an artistic, to your take on the West Coast swing and what you offer as an art, and people need to see that from down under. You guys are so isolated for so many years that you never got a chance to get out here every weekend. And I mean, I think you won more points in a year than you did in
3 months.
Nine.
In 3 months.
3 months, yeah.
Then he did in 8 years.
8
years.
Yeah.
And that goes to
Insane.
show you have all this talent, but nobody in the world never saw it.
Actually, I have an interesting idea on this.
Yeah.
Because I talked to one guy, like in America, and he is in advance, and he's like, should I go to All-Star? And like, what's the rush? Like, he's got 10 more points,
Yeah.
maybe whatever it is. He's like, what if I go out on a high? I'm like, I could agree with that because like I did really well in these 3 months.
Right.
I feel like I've also learned a lot, and I've like, I don't know, something shifting for me that I can't put my words to right now, but I feel like it's like I haven't gotten to social dance as much as I normally would,
Right.
and I feel like that might be affecting my Jack and Jills or like something like that. But it's different, and going out on a high sounds amazing. Again, the competitive side of it.
Right, of course.
As in going until you get kicked out, is what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also would love to just get kicked out because I think that's just a fun, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting because, like I said yesterday, and not just yesterday, a number of places, don't rush to go where you are. I miss the days of novice and intermediate. I miss the days of going to an event with this anticipation and this, I don't know, there was a sense of hunger. And you can't get to where we are without competitiveness. That doesn't work.
That's it.
However, it's in friendly competition. It's not meant to like destroy you. But
Yeah, you can still be competitive and supportive.
correct. And the thing that I see from a lot of students, they just, I want to get here. I want to get there. Hey, great. Take your time, earn your way. There's no rush. I feel very blessed that at the champion level, I get to dance with the best dancers in the world.
Yeah.
It is an honor. It's a privilege to be on the same bench with people like Kyle Red and Jordan Frisbee and all the people that there's like gods at West
I
Coast.
think everyone wants that.
We do. We all
Everyone
we
wants
all
that.
want that. Now we've got the Newcomer, you got Simeon, you got the legends like Max Songs and T-Bulls and God, there's so many great artists out there. And just to be on the same bench with them is an honor.
Yeah.
It's not about winning anymore. It's about presenting at this level. It's about presenting our art and our take on what we believe the art should be.
Yeah.
Right. But so many people are so in a rush to get out through these levels. They're like, guys, enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
It's always, it's like Christmas. You see all these presents under the tree and you're have all this anticipation. And then when you open them, you're like, yeah, that's cool.
It's an avocado, yeah.
And then it
Thanks,
goes away.
Mom.
The same thing. Getting to champions, not everybody will get to champions. Not everybody will. That's a fact. And some people will be stuck in dance all their lives. Some people are stuck in all-stars all their life. But take your time to get through it. And I would say, when you guys get a chance to dance, dance. I'm so busy now with, traveling and teaching, which I love to do. But I miss being on the floor with my friends.
Yeah.
I miss being, like last night we did a demo. I love watching everybody just kill it out there.
Cheer them on.
You're cheering them on, like
Share your art.
Yeah, just like
And that's what I
inspiring.
miss. Maybe that's what I'm missing, but because like I've been competing here for like all these, and I'm like, I just miss like being in an all-star division with all my friends back home.
Yeah.
And then I'm like JP, weekends, like all my and we're all cheering each other on. Maybe that's what I'm missing, that community. I've got community everywhere, but it's just like, that's my home. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is.
I always say, I always give the story, of course, of Zach and that group, and this one group came up. It was you, Cube, Simeon, Z, Philip Wolf. There's a number of great leaders in 2013, 2012 that were just really freaking good. All of you guys became champions, rightly so.
Yeah, definitely.
But
You're a chick.
Definitely
You're
gave a check at the
definitely-
same
you're
time all
definitely-
those guys became
Yeah, but the only reason you did it, Zach, is because you were isolated in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in the South Pacific. South Pacific.
South
Hey,
Pacific.
I look at the positives,
But-
right? The positives is I had time to hone
Yeah.
in on my whatever
But-
that is.
But the great thing is all of you went through the ranks. You all did your due diligence to earn your way there. And now I get to, now I always tell this story. I think the group of all-star follows right now is probably the best group of talent I've ever seen come in the game. The Maddies, the Minas, there's so many, Elizabeth Span, Lauren,
Yeah.
Vanessa, Latte, it goes on forever.
Yeah.
There's so much competition. And any given weekend, any one of these follows will just destroy everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, really. I mean, I always say, I could take this group of follows, the top 10 All-Star girls, put them into champions right now, and I don't think we miss a beat. I really don't. These girls are fantastic. These follows are so good. And now you have some of the best leaders as the Igors, the Clements, the Zachs. Like, you guys are throwing another wrench into the thick of things. So I say, guys, why do you want to rush to get to this?
Yeah.
Now, I get the fact that you want to go with your group. Dimitri was in my group, Shiloh, Warren, if you guys remember
Actually-
those names.
I said this to you the
Yeah.
other day. I was like, how about I just don't move up until you're ready to move up? How about I compete as a follow, because I can compete as a follow in an all-star.
All-Star follow, everybody.
Yeah, sure. I definitely have the knowledge of it all-star follow. I was like, I would love to just move up with Maddie into champions. I'm kind of happy not to
I don't
compete.
want you hanging around. You go do you. You
Fuck
go,
you then.
you go
Fuck
do
you.
you. I'll see you there at some point.
You will see.
I'll be there later.
Absolutely.
I'll be there
Like,
later.
like, again, there's no rush.
There is no rush. And so, like, for all the new dancers out there, take your time, enjoy the journey, that's what's going to have the lifelong memories, creating all these memories of the people you come up with, the events you go, the people you talk to, the people you compete against. Remember when we competed and you fell on the ground and I lifted Maddie up and we fell into a chair and almost died.
A true
And then-
story.
Was this
story.
Valentine's swing?
Yeah,
Valentine's swing. Let's go.
Right, but those create memories and it's great, man. It's just like really good. Enjoy the journey, guys.
We were
Don't
spending
rush.
time with Nicole last weekend. Went out to dinner, and Nicole has a great folder, and it's all on YouTube and everything, so it's not like hidden.
Yeah.
But like she's got all of like the dance fails.
Ah, yeah.
And I know she's not the only one. There's lots of people that have them. But it's a funny thing to look back on and be like, that's why I love social media and hate social media.
Yeah.
Because it's great to see where you've come from and how much you've grown or like what you've done.
Because sometimes it's real cringy. You're like, oh.
But you gotta laugh. You gotta
Yeah.
laugh enough and be like, that's what it is. It's funny.
The only thing I don't like about social media right now is just to add to that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people are private people. They don't want to jump on social media.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm feeling like it's happened a little bit where people are being hired based on their social media.
Oh,
presence
yeah, 100%.
More than some people you don't even know what they teach.
Yeah.
They're being hired as teachers. And you're like, have you seen them teach? No, but they're on social media.
Yeah.
They got 18,000 followers.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope we don't as a community go that direction because there's a lot of dancers that are super talented. Daniel Pavlov's one of them. He's an amazing champion level dancer, but he doesn't like social media. Am I not going to hire him because he's not? I'd rather hire him. He's pretty badass.
So that's the thing. Like, I don't like social media. I just do it because I know it's a necessary
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
But I would never say anyone's going to hire us for social media.
Right.
So do you think people could be hired just for a social media role?
They are.
They are,
actually,
though.
no.
That's
no,
the thing.
Over here they are.
Yeah.
Not in Australia. I don't think
Maybe
who
not.
in Australia? Who in Australia? Correct me if I'm wrong. Please comment.
No, there
Tell
is
me.
no one in Australia.
I don't know if anyone gets paid. I hope I'm wrong, but like to do social media stuff.
They are here. Not in maybe you are, but they are here.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the things when we talk about putting on events. One of the key factors now is a social media person.
You know,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
have
two
to
of them.
have-
You go to an event here, and you go check your Instagram when you're about to go to bed. You're like, oh, share to my story, share to my story,
Right.
share to my story. I didn't have to film anything.
Yeah. It's great.
I love
so
though.
good.
I love that you guys. You don't film something or let people film something at tap, right? Is that
We have a policy on that. For
I
all
love
stars
it.
and champions, we have a no film policy unless you get a authority from that pro. You know, there's like the music industry. You know, we're in a very gray area right now. You know, who owns the rights to the video? I mean, technically, you know, we hired the videographers as they do, so we should have the rights to the video.
Yeah.
But what do the pros come into that? So it's a really tough one right now, man. And you guys know that there's a lot of pros that are like, don't film me, don't give my permission, or if you're gonna film me, I want a percentage back of the cut, then you get it. Like, so I don't know. It's a very, very difficult
it's a difficult space
avenue to go.
It's like copyright, because some people make money from it, some people don't. Some people are trying to build, some people are trying to sustain. But there's I think it's a good, at least a good problem to have, because
I agree.
The pros makes the pros want to post their dance.
That's right.
It's still promoting the dance.
But the reason I love what you guys do though is because at the moment, like to be honest, I don't like filming people because I want to watch without being distracted by a phone.
I agree.
And I think
100%.
there's so, like, we were literally at Jackie Ramos and we were watching the pros, like, sitting on the chairs. And it's not just there, it's everywhere.
4 phones.
They're all sitting there with their phones?
With a live stream on a tripod, and then 3 photographers. I'm like, great advertising.
100%.
Freaking amazing.
But then
great event. Like,
you know, you almost lose that element of like really.
I think it was the same thing though too. Like it was the same thing though. It was like no filming in that division, but the pros could do it.
Yeah.
But still, like watching that, I'm like, I wonder how much the pros could even.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. It's a gray area that we're going to have to, you know, work through as we get bigger and bigger. It's happening in the music industry, music and record rights, and music rights. So we're just going to have to play it, you know, and have the more open discussions. And my biggest pet peeve about our community is we don't have enough open discussions.
Yeah.
The things are decided by a few people, and we just go with it. Yeah. You know, that's why I love the idea of the IAC now.
What's that?
The International Advisor Committee.
Oh, yeah. Emma's on
that. Sorry, Emma, on behalf of Zach, every single time it's brought up, he keeps forgetting. She's like, what's that? Oh, that's right, the MC.
Oh, God. It's I'm dyslexic as let's just be honest.
I am too.
Yeah.
But it's really good because now we're opening the discussions up. We meet and we talk about things and we present those to the board. Yeah. And the board, you know, and we've actually made some good changes. And, you know, there's a lot of us that have been in the business for a long time that have been advocating for this years ago, and we just couldn't get it going. Now we're seeing a little bit more open dialogue, but we need to have it more on the example from a competitor's perspective. We need to have more education for the upcoming newcomer and novice. You know, what do we line up for as judges? Yeah. How do you line up? What is the mental aspects of competing? Is this going to affect you from a position that is really, you know, detrimental to your mental health? Have you ever competed before? I mean, I started my famous emotion class because of this problem where half of my privates were now psychological, you know, counseling sessions where I'm trying to help people understand their self-worth. Dancing is one thing, but dancing can also expose the true pain that people feel as humans, and that's a feeling of being apart. Most people come into dance because they want to feel, one, validated. They want to feel accepted for who they are, and they want to be part of something bigger than they are. When you focus on dance, you will lose. When you focus on people and what people want from the human condition, we win. So we as pros we're not only dance instructors, but that's why, for me personally, I've been trying to really study psychological training. I've been taking a lot of classes and books and trying to learn aspects of why do people get so depressed and cry and you don't make your final? Why do people, I won't get into it, but we had a very difficult situation happen, and it kind of really hit me on the head. So before I did my emotional class, I actually hired a couple professional psychologists to help me with my vision to try to help people through this. So just remember, you know, my big thing for everybody out there listening is, even now for the people who've been in for a long time, right? Take a piece of paper and notes or a whiteboard or your you know, whatever you got to do with your phone, and write the reasons why you're here. Why are you a dancer? Why are you a part of the community? What are you expecting to get out of it? Do you want friendship? Are you lonely? I mean, we're all lonely. The world is human condition, right? You know, I know thousands of people around the world that I can be lonely more than anybody because I'm on the road. I'm eating dinner by myself half the time. I'm wandering around Rome by myself. Like, it can be really difficult sometimes.
I'm sorry. Sounds terrible. Wandering around Rome.
I know.
Not to invalidate your feelings. I love you still.
I was at Maldives by myself.
On an ocean overwater villa looking at the sunset.
I've never been there. Take that back. But my point is we got to do a better job communicating the what we do in this community, from a competitor perspective, from a pro perspective, from a etiquette perspective.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've all had pros. Sometimes we have the same person, the newcomer, illusion, come up and ask us 5 times during the night, and they don't know any better because there's no communication. Now, people like Han and the Malaysians and Z, they have full books they give out to the newcomers saying,
wow.
"Hey, yeah, for real.
Wow.
Here's what you do at a convention. Here's what you do."
My God.
That's amazing.
I talked to see about
so
this.
much.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
If you guys want something like that, reach out to the Malaysian community, Han and Gus and all those guys, and Amy. Reach out to Orzi and Delana. They have really good presentations for their new students.
That's beautiful.
And that's why I always say, Z will organize it, take you where you go to an event, and he treats them like a family. Okay, he organizes everything by paper. At 10 o'clock, we're going to meet here for breakfast. At 11 o'clock,
love that.
we're going to talk about Jack and Jill's and work through things. At 12 o'clock, you got to go shout. It's really organized. And what that does is it creates a bonding sensation for you. Now, these are your peeps, man. You eat together. You know, you dance together. You cheer on together.
You die together.
Right? But yeah, so I think that's my big thing right now is we need to really communicate better overall every process as we get bigger.
Well,
no, you would have learned from so many people that half the community have never even heard of before. But who were your biggest inspirations at the time when you started?
yeah.
Oh man,
Who taught you? Who gave you those real big light bulbs?
I was very blessed to have seen some of the greats in our community.
Boom.
From the Jack Carey, Annie Hirsch, the Charlotte Bots, the Wayne Bots. Oh my God, Kyle Red, Sarah Van Drake, Jordan, Todd, Benji, Buddy Schwimmer, Lori Schwimmer, Phil Trow, Mario Rabal, Robert Royston, Sam and Lisa West, Charlie and Jackie. I mean, I can go
I was
on
gonna
and
say.
on.
Okay.
I mean, these guys are legends, and what I feel a little bit different today than I do then is that there was a little bit more mentorship involved.
Yeah.
Do you know
Back then?
Back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just these. We would sit down. I mean, I remember being on the floor as a novice dancer watching Kyle Red.
Yes.
I sit there studying everything he did, like how. I don't understand, but
I still do that.
we still do. Kyle, sorry,
still do
talk
that.
to Kyle and
Yeah.
Kyle, you're still the master. Remember that. Always, often duplicated.
He's definitely watching this.
Often imitated, never duplicated. But anyways, all those people back then were just so. Barry Jones, Ramiro Gonzalez.
Do you feel like that's...
Angel Figueroa, sorry, I can go on and on.
I know, this is why I told you to stop, because you'll forget, people will be offended, especially all these people that are watching it, that you didn't say their names. But anyway, I'm joking. But
there's so many people.
Do you feel like that there's less of that mentorship happening? We had an episode on mentorship and coaching and how
different things.
Like you can teach a lesson, but you can't, you don't mentor someone through 1 hour lesson or 10 hours of lesson.
No, so I actually have a lot of students I am mentoring, most of them are pros, upcoming pros. So, example, one of my pros is downstairs right now getting ready for a class. And I'm going to, after the event, I'm going to sneak in. I'm going to look what she's doing and make some notes, and then we'll have meetings. You could have rotated a little more.
Yeah.
Talk too much during this section.
Yeah.
Have them practice more. There's, Robert Royston was somebody that I got mentored by just by watching.
I feel like you mentor us.
No, wait, there's a story. You have a story.
Yeah.
It's really good.
There's so many of them, Maddie. But just everything we do, when I would teach a class, people like the Roberts or Kyles, Chuck, you talk too much. they'd be out the window watching us. We don't know they're watching us, and Chuck, you talk too much. What are you doing? You should be rotating them more. Okay, you did too much for the follow. Where's the leaders? There was just a lot more like structure to help us as dancers and as teachers. And I feel like the opportunity isn't given as much anymore. This is why at TAP, me and Meech, it's something I brought on and Meech really got on board with. And that is that TAP, I'd always invite 1 to 3 new couples to teach them. I put you guys on this year. I put Jello and Savannah and Nana on there. And I want the upcoming next generation to have a spot to get out there and do their thing and learn their craft so they can become the next generation of what we do. We need to allow the upcoming people a spot to be able to show their art and to give their gifts versus putting them down because of fear of losing your position, people. Yeah. And that's the big thing that I have a problem with.
That sucks. That does suck.
And I definitely do think there is less of that now, for sure. Which, and I don't know if it may not have been the same, but I think most of the time when those pros are sitting up there in a final, that's like money to them. So how they do. So then, there is a sense of like, I don't want this person to do better than me or encourage them because
but that's the difference, Patty. That's actually the difference. When money became up, but remember, when I was coming up, nobody really did this full time. I think the first person might have been Kyle. I think might have been Kyle and Sarah.
I think I was maybe hearing
it could have been Kyle and Sarah to actually do it full time. Jordan was after Kyle and Sarah. I think they were, because Jordan Tot were in college at the time. They could have been Jordan Tot too. You guys, you have to correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember about that. I have the memory of a clam now. But,
a clam?
A clam.
So specific.
But anyways, but I do think the reason why is because there's money involved. When you win and do well, you often get jobs and you often get hired. Now, I would say it's not always the case now. There are people that don't do well out there.
So many,
that do really well. Yeah. And we always have to understand too, one of my biggest pet peeves about this profession as a West Coast swing pro, and I'm sure you guys feel it too, is that students and event directors want us to do everything that every part of this community does and do it the best possible. In other words, if you go into the ballet world or the contemporary world, you have coaches, choreographers, stage people, principal dancers, second principal dancers. You have so many parts. But at West Coast Swing Pro, we're expected to teach ungodly amazing, give the best show possible, judge amazingly with no mistakes, be the best social person with no feelings.
With no sleep.
And no sleep.
Yeah.
And no sleep.
And no routine.
And no airs. And then do a routine too and be Jordan Tot with
probably
a routine.
MC.
Right? And MC.
Yeah.
It's getting to a point now where I think that I will just say this, I've talked to you guys about this before, but right now I'm seeing some of my students at the all-star level, especially follows, really on the verge of burning out and not coming back. I mean, I've got a number of top all-star students that are like, Chuck, I can't do this anymore. The pressure involved for where Zaddy is right now is quite high. Like I call it a pro division that is basically so competitive that there's no spots to move up to, because rightly so, there's so many great champions up there. And then so the followers are like, I'm being pulled here, I'm being pulled here, I'm being pulled here. I can't do it anymore. And so one of my pieces of advice to everybody is know your limits, know your boundaries, set your boundaries. And if you need space and time, go. And Melina and your crew went away for 4 months this year.
Yeah.
And it really came back really smiling, and it was great to see that. My partner Lauren had a week where she just, Chuck, I need peace. And went away.
Your rates like 50 million %.
Yeah, so I do think, as for you upcoming pros out there, and even for my peers, when you get to a point where you think you no longer have the hunger and no longer have the inspiration, take some time, refine it, go kindle it again, find it, because we need all my peers out there. We need that in this community. You guys are legends and inspirations. So when you're not operating at 100% all the time, you might feel that, you're a failure. And it's okay to not operate at 100% all the time. Sometimes we operate at 10%, and Lauren will pick up the 80%.
It's about working together.
It's about working together.
Yeah, and that's one of the best things about, I guess, like traveling as a partnership. You have that as an option as well, which is again why it's even harder as getting hired as a single person. You don't really have that other places
Yeah,
to
it's
go.
tough.
So you need the mentorship amongst the staff and
that's why it's really important to have really good friends.
there's
Because, I would walk in a ballroom sometime and I'll be looking a little bit down and my friends will be right away, were you okay? Is there something wrong? I'm a little tired. I'm a little burnt out. Okay, the Lord will say, well, I got you. I'm okay today. And vice versa. I'm sure you guys do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Right? And I think that we need to do more of that, and we need to be there for each other. We're a family. As pros, we work together. We live together. We drink together. We teach together. We talk. We're a family. We need to be there for each other. We can't be so competitive. We need to be more inspirational.
it's just really nice.
Family
just
fight
nice.
too. Family fight.
They do.
Yeah.
But family figure it out if you can. I mean, not every family. I'm not even that close to my family, let's be honest.
Yeah, but this is chosen family.
Like,
Yeah.
you choose to be a part of this family.
We teach.
You choose. And it sucks, like, you don't ever want, I guess it's sad to see someone choose not to be a part of the family.
I'm a little bit altruistic. I admit it. I'm pretty optimistic, and I believe there, with all the in the world happening right now, it's really easy to go down a negative path.
Yeah.
For all of us.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to not make a final and just think you're the end of the world. And I've got students that, finish last place, 2 times in a row. They think they're a failure. And we all go through this, but we can't allow each other to go down that route. We got to be there for each other and pick it up. So if you're in a position where you're feeling down and really depressed, reach out to your friends. This community, I don't know about you, Zach, this community has saved my life, literally saved my life. Literally. There's not, only a few people understand that, but I'll just say this.
No, I definitely understand.
When you need help, you need to reach out. I will guarantee you, us pros will be there for you if you need us.
Yep.
But the problem is, though, you don't know. Like, I didn't know that West Coast Swing saved my life.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like, at the time, I was just like,
And to go back to what Maddie said, she asked me about my inspiration. Sometimes I feel I wouldn't be here right now without certain people in my life in this community. Yeah. The only thing I think I can do in my legacy is to give back as much as I've been given.
Yeah.
And I try to carry it forward. So the next generation, they can take an inspiration from me and my other peers, and then you carry it forward too, and you teach your students to do the same thing. And that's what we should be striving for in a world that's so messy and so chaotic. We all have problems, man. We all have issues with financing. We all have issues with family. We all have issues with health. We all have these issues, but you're not alone. Remember, you're not alone.
yeah. Like, this is a bit emotional.
Are you gonna make me cry, Chuck? Oh my goodness.
You're always so emotional, Chuck. Fuck's sake.
I love it.
All of it. We literally had a
so
division
good.
last night. And there was a song choice. It was like Chuck's
Emotional choice.
Yeah, it's like, why emotional choice? It's
I
just,
chose it for the record.
yeah, I was like, I'm not choosing Chuck's song. I'm going for a bluesy, jazzy kind of feel.
And he got Barbie Girl. Go figure.
Barbie Girl.
And the dancing last night was so good.
It was
That was fun.
It was
That was
very
fun.
Why are you guys so good, man?
That was lots of fun.
Did you? How did you enjoy that? Because you didn't judge.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
have to judge.
So-
You just got to enjoy it.
I did.
Yeah.
So one thing that's interesting about I love being a chief judge. I think I'm okay at it. I think
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm almost there. But look, one thing about judging I don't like, for all you soon-to-be chief judges out there, I keep warning you, when you chief judge, because of the rules, you no longer can dance. Therefore, you can no longer be seen. And I've been judging for so long that it's hard for me to just sit back and just enjoy a dance and the art. Because that was a lip, or the swing, that's an SV1, man. Come on, get your swing action in order. I've always constantly, even when I'm watching freaking ballet at a theater, the turnout wasn't the best. Oh my God, come on, how is she a prima? I don't know. Anyways, so when I do get a chance to sit back, because of Lauren, because she's my partner, I'm not allowed to judge Lauren anymore, right? So I have to choose somebody else to be a chief judge. Sometimes it's very difficult to find somebody, but luckily this weekend we did. When I get a chance to sit back and just watch my peers and watch you guys create, it's super inspirational.
I think that when I saw people dance to your music genre, I could see you being like, I could see you.
You were so into it. It was so good. I loved it. I loved seeing you being able to be.
Yeah,
you almost had me in tears yesterday with what you were doing, that song you got.
Yeah.
You really touched me with it.
Yeah, Barbie Girl was Go deep. Barbie girl.
Barbie girl, I was like, something is plastic.
No,
No.
but I tell you, don't let this guy fool you. That dance was Aussie.
It was good. It was really good.
Like, I went to watch it.
Really good. I mean, I wasn't judging, but I was very strongly going between three couples. I could have gone either way with Maddie or Daniel. Actually, won with.
It's harder. The higher it gets, the higher it gets, the harder it gets.
It's really frustrating to me too because, me and Ben McHenry have had really nice talks about this over the years, and that is, we at this level, we get to the champion, a high all-star level. You guys are all so good, and you create different art. And who's to say what art's better?
Yeah.
At the all-star level, we should assume that your lines are good, that your critical timing is good. All the elements.
You're a dancer. You're a dancer. You go to that point.
And why do I say this dance is better than this dance? It's almost I don't know, almost blasphemy to me.
Yeah, it's wild.
Because now we're saying this is a winner, so everyone's going to follow that track. That's what we do West Coast Swing House. When we have 5 or 6 other couples that are just as good and are just as valid. And this is one reason I really liked Emily and Chu.
Yeah.
Because when they came up, they didn't win a lot coming up when they first started. They're going up against the Jordan Tots and all those guys.
A lot of resistance. Right?
But they stayed true to what they are. They did get help. The way out for help, they put more swing into their, to their vibe.
They had mentors.
They had mentors too. But the fact that they just were like real and this is who I am and let their art be is why they're so loved by everybody now. They're not trying to force themselves on people. They just being authentic and vulnerable, and that's the two dad's things you should think about.
Yeah.
I'm conscious of you might have a private soon.
I'm okay. Maybe you want to step. I got time.
I mean, we could do this for friggin'
I know.
hours.
It's up to you guys. You get more questions.
I want to give you time to reset before you do private.
Yeah.
But I do want to kind of take the opportunity to honestly oh no, I can't want to cry.
Go on. No. Keep going. Keep going.
No.
Make it happen.
No.
You're my make for you.
Say something else.
No, I'm enjoying this. This is beautiful. Keep going. You got it.
This is why I love. You asked the question why I'm here. This is why I'm here.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Huh.
Yeah.
I will 100%. I'm maybe talking on behalf of us if you want to add anything. You were very inspiring for both of us, and what you do for us is wild. We never asked for anything from you, and you've always given us more than what we've ever asked for. And you are the reason we're here this weekend and at many weekends, and being able to do what we love, and the reason that we get to grow, and the reason that we get to experience these emotions together. And it's very exciting, and it's rare to find all of that with so little cost behind it, and strings attached, and conditions, I think, which is beautiful. And it's beautiful, man. So
I do it out of a place from love.
Yeah.
I you guys are family. I've known you from the beginning, and we're family. And my job is to take my friends with me on this amazing journey.
Yeah. We've learned a lot from you, and we appreciate every. Like you said, it will always be past it. This stuff is something that we want to do for others, and you inspire that in us, which is so amazing.
Yeah.
You're beautiful people, man. That's why you're loved so much across the world. Remember, guys, dance brings us together.
Yes,
That's what makes it stay.
Yeah. And I just want to thank you for just giving people that space just to be themselves and be creative, be vulnerable, and just having that mentorship that you've not only given us but other people. It's been awesome to have you today. It's been awesome to have you. Thank you so much, Chuck. I love you.
She's trying to end it. I'm gonna keep it going just because I like this. This is great. The emotions class, right?
Oh,
the
highly
emotions
recommend.
class that you do.
Great.
I find it easy to get to anger, like the anger in the and Maddie is different. Like we all feel different emotions easier.
Yeah.
To access that easier. but it's wild to, as I just want yourself to give yourself a quick plug, like all the things you do. You got tap, you got friction, you teach around the world everywhere, you build communities, you would love to build events. I know you built Swing Station,
you guys
to the biggest it's ever been before COVID, and you could see the difference when you joined, and you could see the progression, how big it got, and I'm sad it hasn't kept growing yet. I mean, it's back to we're growing again, but anyway.
How can people talk to Chuck?
Okay, look, I mean, a couple of things coming out. If you haven't been to one of my emotion classes or my emotion retreats, look out for that. That's one of my bread and butters. I really like, I actually took my emotion class, which is 3 hours long. Now I have a full weekend of it. It's called my Chuck's Emotion Retreat. Look for that. My big thing right now is my Chuck Brown's iPower Judges Training. It's my 3rd edition. I've got about 100 people that have gone through my course already. This one's going to be good. We moved it all online so people can do it from across the world, which has been a hard one. We do everything in person.
Nice.
That's coming out next week. We'll look for the advertisements will come out next week, and we start in early August. So look for that. So basically, we do 50 plus hours of training. We do a lot of experience. We have time on the floor. Once you reach a certain time on the floor, we get a certificate, which at least gives you some training. So you're not just, here's a clipboard, go judge that. Right? And then, of course, come to chat. Me and Meech would love to have you there. We're a big family.
Except you gotta be quick.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it's gotta be
that
quick.
thing sells out fast, man.
But look, guys, I mean, TAP has been, it's been the most humbling experience to have the support from all of you. Meech and I are unbelievably thrilled, and we feel very,
it's a great event.
yeah,
It's
just
freaking
very
great.
humbled about what has happened. Thank you so much for all your support. Again, Chuck Brown Downs everywhere, at Chuck Brown Downs. Follow me on Instagram.
I
YouTube.
apologize if this is not put out before this week.
No,
and
it's
this
okay.
advertising goes out, because actually, no, I don't apologize. I'm just going to tell you it's not going to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
up, but make sure you still look it up.
Yeah.
Do you want to cry a bit more?
No, I'm good.
Anyways, I want to say my thank you to Zaddy over here for doing this, bringing people into the space to talk about different things. I think it's amazing. Keep it up.
Dude.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
We love these chats. It's awesome. Everyone gets to learn about everything. It's great.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. Thank you so much.
Well,
man.
that's cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You haven't had a
Cheers,
single sip of
guys.
that.
As we say in Finnish, keep peace.
Keep peace.
Keep peace.